A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4.
From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Lance going to put it up right away.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
For Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 6 catches, 72 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne.
And still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Lance now to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here's Lance. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out to his left.
Oh, Lance has it. Yard line.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on.
Opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here, because your offense and quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he finds Penny.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Hurts sets up to throw it. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Here's Lance to throw it.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt.
Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They begin with a run by Penny. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 33 yards that time.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The Eagles had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll look to throw again.
He'll get this out wide to Penny.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
From the 22, Lance. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
A late season breakout at the end of 2021 with the Raiders earned Zay Jones a big deal as part of Jacksonville's spending spree this offseason. And he'll need to keep up that kind of play in order to stand out in a crowded Jags receiving room. First downs like that, an excellent way to continue to earn more opportunities.
On play action, Lance.
Rolling to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
On 1st down, Lance.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
One more time with Etienne.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside handoff, Penny. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 41, Hurts. And this one is incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Another tote for Etienne.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Etienne up the middle.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the 44,
Lance. Etienne bringing in another one.
and he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Lance now on first down.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Now Lance again. Throw over the middle, pulled in here by Farrell. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. And Lance now to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now Lance. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Here's Lance. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Hassan Reddick. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Lance. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A final shot before half for Lance. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who have the lead in that one at halftime. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Amari Cooper, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Lance looking to throw it.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Lance going to throw. He'll drop this one off with Etienne.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Lance now on 1st down. Gets this quickly to Ingram. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack.
Lance.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Hassan Reddick getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny, and he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Throwing is Hurts.
He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. From the 35 on 2nd down, Lance.
He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle.
Throwing now is Lance.
And able to find Kirk complete.
And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, right back to Etienne.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Etienne once more.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
From the 16, Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. But they need 7 yards here.
A handoff for Etienne.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Looking to throw. Lance. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts. He'll get this out wide to Penny.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
This will be caught by Brown.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurts.
Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field, and of course for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here.
He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free.
Here's Ward to return.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, Might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Jaguars, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.